Hello friends, welcome to Race Lab. I'm Crazy Leo, I'm the guy who started the school, and this is the very important hand-over-hand steering technique video which we highly recommend for everybody to watch before you even start training with us. We really want you to practice this simple yet super important technique on your own time, on your own car, on just a basic empty parking lot. You do not need to go fast, you do not need to squeal tires, attract cops at this point. Just do this so you get the muscle memory for the proper technique, because steering wheel is the most important control of the car we have. Therefore, this technique, which talks about how to hold and how to turn the wheel, is the first step and very important. And like I said earlier, if you practice this before you come to us, you won't waste the valuable training time with us. And because steering wheel is the most important control of the car we have, the adjustment of our sitting position should be around the steering wheel. So 99.999% of people unfortunately are not sitting properly. They're sitting very far from the wheel for any kind of spirited driving, and they're usually not turning it properly as well. So first, let's talk how we're gonna adjust our sitting position. I'm already adjusted, but I'll show you how you can do it in your car. Have the wheel straight. Make sure you understand that this is 3 o'clock on a dial, 12, 3, 9 o'clock. Just to see how far you should be from the wheel, cross your arms. Put them here, don't put thumbs in for this one, and push away from the wheel. Actually push, right? So you're not hunching forward. You should not be able to straighten your elbows. If you can straighten your elbows, you're sitting too far. This works for people who are under 6'1". If you're taller than that, there might be some exceptions. You might have to sit a little further if you're driving a manual transmission, but for most people, this is okay. And I know it'll feel way too close for you. However, in a race car where I can be further from the pedals, I sit even closer to the wheel, like this close, right? The only reason I'm sitting, for me, this far right now in a stock car is because any closer, with me being 6 feet, I will be too close to the pedals. Now, after you've adjusted, when it comes to holding the wheel for driving, you want to put your hands at 9 and 3, thumbs in, and close the hands here like this. Alright, so to practice the actual steering technique, start with a more simple drill first. Just drive straight. By the way, you don't want to do these things stationary because it's hard on the steering assembly, so you want to have the car moving a little bit just to make it easier on the car. Mechanical sympathy. So just get it driving very slowly, like barely any throttle. And first, just turn the wheel this much, and that's it. So you're crossing your arms until they touch, and that's it. You'll notice that the bottom hand will be forced to open, right? Allow it to open, so just don't death grip the steering wheel. Kind of allow them to be tight but not too firm, like this. You just have to adjust here a bit. And don't do the butterfly where you open both hands, right? So practice this for a bit until you're comfortable with it. Then try to increase the speed of the moves, but keep it smooth, so like this. Same speed, not like that, you know, but smooth. And then the next thing is start turning your eyes a little bit where you're turning your wheels. Okay, just practice this until you feel comfortable, until your shoulders kind of get used to it, and big thing, thumbs open, like all the arms muscles kind of start getting used to it. 3 minutes should be okay for most people, unless you have bad habits which developed over the years. And once you're comfortable with that, next level, you want to get going again the slowest speed the car can do, and I'll show this very slowly first, and you want to actually mimic it very slowly first. Cross your arms, and when they touch, go with the bottom hand to 12 o'clock and turn only quarter of a turn, so 3 more hours. 12 o'clock for the next hand, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then you run out of steering, go back to 3 o'clock, on top 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Make sure you don't crash into people on your parking lot, like this. It'll take time to get used to. It's normal, 10, 15 minutes, a couple of times over multiple days will do it. So 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Now, there is a bit more advanced version of this. We're not getting into those things in the first video. But yeah, so again, crossing your arms, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, like this. And next thing is a bit of a pro tip. If you know that your car will take the corner with just as much as this steering input, then allow your arms to cross. If you're not sure, then go hand overhand like this a bit earlier. Look, don't wait till they cross and then go up, but let go about here, right? And so on. Hopefully it makes sense. And you want to gradually, I'll just reverse a bit, you want to gradually increase the speed of this. By the way, another tip, when you're reversing, always 9 and 3 hand over hand, same kind of technique, same position. But yeah, just allow yourself to build the speed gradually. Remember, crawl, walk, run. And as you're doing it properly first, then you can start increasing the speed. And I'll show you the fast version, right? Yeah? Okay. And then the next level would be to have your friend tell you when to turn left and right and to straighten the wheel at some points, right? And if you're in a wide parking lot, you don't have to try to straighten the car, you just want to straighten the wheel. So for example, I'm driving, my friend would say left, and I would go like this. I ran out of steering, no instructions, so go right, and then the friend would say like straight, so I'd have to straighten the wheel and put my hands back to 9 and 3 going straight. Then they would say right, and I'm going again, or they go left, I go again, they say straight. I have to straighten it from whatever position I'm in. And now we'll demo it with another person. So yeah, the key thing is don't try to drive fast. People get distracted with the steering and they end up going wah, wah, on the throttle. Try to go as slow as the car would go. In a WRX, I'm having to go actually relatively quick because otherwise it just like stutters. But anyway, so let's try this with instruction. So I'm going straight. So right.
Left.
So no instruction, I just keep going.
Straight.
Straight, okay?
Left. Right. Straight. Right. Left.
Yeah, don't forget to move your eyes where you
Left.
are turning. Now?
Left.
Thank you.
Straight.
Okay.
Right. Left.
Okay, enough. So this, that's it. Just do it. Please practice it. So many people do two things wrong. They don't pay enough attention to it, they don't practice, and then they waste their money on the track when they're just practicing something that's pretty basic. And second thing is people do use this technique during the training, and then they get lazy and forget about it, and then one time you're gonna get into a crash or a potential dangerous situation and you will not do this right. Highly likely, or more likely than you will have the accident, and then like, why did you bother with the training? So don't get lazy. I always say drive like this with the sitting position, with hands in proper position, and with the steering technique for at least a year after you do the training. Okay, hot in the Subaru. See you at Race Lab. Oh yeah, and from the previous version of this video, from the comments, we learned that a lot of people think they know better. They teach other steering techniques, or they believe in other steering techniques. We used to have a lot of comments about like airbags and so on. Guys, feel free to find it, read the comments. Unfortunately, this just happens to be the technique to be used in any kind of spirited driving, normal cars, street cars, rally cars. You know, effectively Formula cars are driven like this. They just don't have the steering rack as long. But point is that honestly, this works. If you disagree, come to Race Lab, try to beat one of our other students who will use this technique while you use another technique, and then we'll make the training free. But jokes aside, we really recommend practices. This saves lives. See ya.